Tell me. So I hear what you're saying. You're gonna go already prepare 100% for Canelo Alvarez at this point. You're gonna be doing things that you guys haven't done. You're gonna be doing things that you bring into the table. But in this per case, like, do you feel like what is the biggest comment that irritates you the most? Is it the size?
No, he's only wider than Bud. He's not taller than Bud. He's only wider than Bud, and of course he know how to use his power. Of course he know how to do that. But this the only thing that that sometimes that leeries me is just the name Canelo. Will we get the fair shake? You know what I'm saying? Will we get the fair shake? If the fighters might be close or whatever the case got to be, will we get the fair shake? So that's the only thing that worries me, and 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 I already stated that to the team that's working on that end. Make sure that we got everybody in place so everything can be even across the board.
Right. So this fight will be held at 168 pounds, no rehydration clause, straight up.
Yeah, that's what I'm getting. But they ain't told me nothing different, and if he did, he would tell me. He would have told me by then. But right now, you know, we working, we working. You know,
Tell me, adding on the weight, is that the challenge? Do you feel like him having this fight in May, and staying busy, do you feel like that's an advantage point on Canelo? Do you guys feel like you guys should have possibly took a fight in between? Talk to me. How do you feel?
no, well, see, that's where you know, uh, the guys that work, that different area with him. As far as putting on the weight,
Strength and conditioning
the strength and
coaches.
condition. That's Ashley, that's Chet, that's the UFC, that's those guys. So I trust in those guys 100%. But I do. We gotta have that sit down and talk and say, we need this, that, and the other, and to just make sure like the whole team is on the same page, so we know what we working on that specific week, month, day, week. You know, so we won't cross paths and mess up something. So no, I'm not too much really worried about that. It's just that we just got to make sure we you know all our t's is crossed and our i's is dotted.
100%, 100%. What do you feel like Canelo Alvarez makes fights complicated for the other opponent?
He don't respect them. He don't respect them. If he respect you, then the fight is complicated to him. But if he don't respect you, that fight is complicated for you as the opponent.
Mm,
All you gotta do is go look at his fights.
right.
Go look at them.
Now, when people say that he's declining, coach, do you feel like he is, or do you feel like he's preserving himself for certain fights like this?
I think Canelo is the type of fighter that uh maybe he don't have to put out as much as he needs to put out because that type of fighter ain't on his level. Like I'll tell all fighters like this. I say, listen, don't let that fighter you just got out of the ring with a fighter that's on your level, that's in the top 10. Now you're sparring a guy that ain't even in the top 10. He 6-3, but you spar down to his level. I think sometimes maybe he'll fight down to that level, and then it'll take him a while to get rammed up and do the things that he need to do to get him out of there.